Hey everyone, it's Angela with Mystic Moon bringing you guys a twin flame reading. Just want to let you guys know I've been out of the loop for a little bit of time because I actually rescued 4 3-week-old kittens. They were actually 2.5 weeks when I rescued them, and now they are about 3.5 weeks. So it has been bottle feeding around the clock every 4 hours. So literally I have only had time to do my scheduled readings, which I've had a full schedule, and it's been very difficult to do readings in between feedings. But anyways, I haven't really had any extra time to do any readings. So for that, I apologize, but I'm sure you guys understand. So anyways, hopefully I'll make it up to you guys today by giving you guys a great reading. So we're just going to go ahead and use a variety of different cards here today. As usual, I will go ahead and list everything that I'm using in the description box below. And of course, as usual, this reading may not resonate with everyone, so just take the messages as they resonate and get rid of the ones that don't. So we're just going to jump right into things. So we are going to do a combined reading today where we're going to be doing masculine energies, feminine energies, as well as union energies. So I'm going to just go ahead and follow an outline that I've created, and we're just going to just take it from there and see what happens. So we want to take a look at the current masculine energies, where that masculine is at this present time. So what I'm going to do for this particular one is I'm going to start off with the Archangel Power Tarot cards by Doreen Virtue, and I just want to see where the divine masculine is at this current time, what energies he is holding, and this is just in a general sense, okay? We are going to go into how he is viewing his divine feminine, but we're going to just take a look at his individual energies right now. Okay. So where's the divine masculine at this current time, and what is his focus? So we have the 7 of Michael coming up for the divine masculine. I will go ahead and read it. It said, there is a better choice of action available to you. Working alone may not be the best answer. Review all the details. So it's interesting because this 7 of Michael, which is the 7 of Swords, is a little bit different meaning in this tarot deck. Traditionally, the 7 of Swords is an indication to me that maybe there could be some sort of behavior that either he's displaying, or the divine masculine is displaying, or maybe somebody is displaying towards them. But usually this is a card where somebody is just not really being on the up and up. They are just going about things in a sneaky sort of a way. This could sometimes indicate cheating as well, lying, deception, whatever. So there could be some kind of element like that going on. So there is a better course of action, which is what Spirit is saying there. The divine masculine may not have to sneak away, may be able to confront something that he's trying to avoid or trying to disconnect with at this current time. So it could just mean that there's a better way of doing it. It doesn't have to be done in this fashion. We do have the High Priestess, which is coming up in the reverse position. To me, the High Priestess, when it's reversed, it's usually an indication that we are not being 100% truthful. So it being combined with that 7 of Swords does tell me that this may be a divine masculine that really is not sharing everything. They may be going about things in that fashion where they're just kind of not wanting to deal with something. They may just want to quickly detach, not explain themselves. It's easier to just kind of step away rather than explain themselves. That's what I'm picking up on here. And we have the Star, though. So the Star is really good because this just means that we are going to be let out of this darkness. So the divine masculine, he may be feeling this right now. He may be struggling with this energy. But what I'm getting is ultimately Spirit is not going to leave him hanging. They are going to direct him towards a better way or a solution. So that's actually really, really good, okay? So how is his energy towards his divine feminine specifically at this present time? We have the 3 of Michael. This is the 3 of Swords energy. It is in the reverse, which is good because this is an indication that if there has been either some kind of lover's triangle or some sadness and betrayal on either their part or possibly the divine feminine's part, that this is now being released. So they are working towards either making amends with their divine feminine, or they would no longer like to keep hurting their divine feminine in this way. We have the Ace of Ariel, which is the Ace of Pentacles, which means that I would like to start fresh in a different way, a more solid type of a way. So even if your divine masculine has not come towards you in the physical world, this is this indication to me that he may have this, or sorry, the divine masculine, which could be a he or she, may come toward or may want to come towards you in the physical world. And they may just be currently thinking about how to do that, how to start from scratch, how to start in a better way. And what I'm getting is they're really really being divinely guided towards this, making some kind of a move, okay? And we have the Wheel. New beginnings, end of delays, a change in direction that offers happiness. So they are wanting to go towards a more positive cycle with their divine feminine. So for some of them, like I said, they may just not have the strength or the courage at this specific time, or just the ability to do that at this specific time, but they are being led towards a new cycle. They're being led out of this energy right here. If they were in a karmic relationship, that may be that they're being guided out of that karmic relationship. This is now something that they're wanting to end, and they want to go into a new cycle with their divine feminine. So that's really, really positive, okay? So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a look at the divine feminine energies just to see where she is currently at this specific time. So we're going to use the Fairy Tarot cards by Doreen Virtue. So this is going to be where the divine feminine is at in general. We do have the 7 of Autumn for her. We have the 5 of Winter for her, as well as the 9 of Winter. Okay, so the 7 of Autumn here really is about delay. But when it's reversed, it just means that we're coming out of that period, okay? We are basically trying to get all of our ducks in a row, because right here it says you're having patience, you're not worried, you're taking time to rest, you're planning your next step, you're taking a pause. But I'm getting here that she's done with the pause. She's done taking a rest. She's ready to spring back into action. This 5 of Winter, I love it when it's reversed, because upright, it's a really ugly card, because it does talk about kind of like a lose-lose situation, like a battle that you may not be able to. It's not about not being able to win. It's just not worth your time and energy anymore. So she's pulling out of something that's not working for her. She's discontent with the way that it's making her feel. She no longer wants to be in this energy, because this is the 9 of Swords, and the 9 of Swords literally is about fear and anxiety, sleepless nights, just feeling really not great in a mental way. So she is ready to release this energy, is what I am seeing for her. What about her divine masculine? How is she feeling towards her divine masculine? Let's take a look. Okay, so she actually feels like she's feeling very victorious in this connection with her divine masculine. Now, it might not be that they're together if they are in separation. She just might be feeling really good of where she's at on this journey, as in she's now feeling better. She's now feeling that maybe her divine masculine is going to see her in a more positive light. He's going to recognize her and see her good qualities, or really see that she's done a lot of work on herself, or whatever it is that she's trying to accomplish, because the 6 of Spring is also about recognition, and we are recognized for something that we have done. So what I'm getting here is that her divine masculine, her energy towards him is that she is going to get this recognition from him, because she's worked really hard on herself. She's no longer going to be this here. She's going to be more on this positive energy. But she could also be recognizing that her divine masculine is doing well. She may be realizing that he's getting out of that karmic cycle that he's been stuck in. She may be starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel towards her divine masculine, is what I'm getting here. Oh, wow. We have the 10 of Summer. 10 of Summer is the 10 of Cups. This really is about just, feeling that energy of feeling complete and feeling like we're headed towards something very positive. So what I'm seeing here for her is that she is starting to see the dream. She is starting to see that she's on her way towards this victory with her divine masculine. She's starting to see the vision of the two of them coming together and having that happiness. It's really positive. And we have the 2 of Autumn. So the 2 of Autumn still here. We do have victory. We're feeling very good, but we also have the 2 of Autumn, which is a little, just kind of like we're not sure. We're still not sure about the energy. We're still kind of juggling it. We're still not quite sure. She still might also see her divine masculine as he's juggling things as well. It could be that he's just coming out of the tail end of another relationship. So maybe he is, still talking to her, but he's still talking to the other person. That could be it. But she does see him more or less as victorious, getting out of it, but she just could see her connection with her divine masculine as it's not 100% stable as of right now, but with time things will change. But the interesting the interesting message with this card is to bring fun into things. So really, it's like she's not taking things so seriously, because this energy right here, she doesn't want to be in it anymore. She does not want to be in this energy anymore. It's not serving her in a positive way. So what she's doing is she's going with the flow. She's choosing to look at things in a more positive way when it comes to her divine masculine. Because of this, it actually creates for her to be like, okay, so things are a little iffy right now. Things aren't 100% concrete, but you know what? I'm going to have fun in the meantime. I'm going to enjoy myself in the meantime. So her energy right now is so good. Her energy towards her divine masculine, also good. So good for you, divine feminines. It looks really, really good. So why don't we go into some blockages, just some things that may be blocking the divine feminine and the divine masculine at this current time. Let's just see. So I'm going to go ahead and use for the divine masculine the Psychic Tarot from John Holland. I'm sorry, the Psychic Tarot and Oracle cards, because this is a tarot deck / Oracle deck, which is absolutely amazing. If you guys don't own it, if you are into tarot cards or Oracle, I highly recommend it. Okay, what is blocking the divine? What is he blocking out, or what's blocking him at this present time? Okay, so what he's blocking out here, we have power. So this could be courage. He might feel like he's lacking the courage and the strength at this present time. He may be currently battling a part of himself, you know, a part of his ego, or just a part of himself that he just either feels weak, or he just doesn't feel strong enough, or he feels maybe too masculine. It could be just he's too aggressive. Maybe he is trying to balance out some kind of energies within himself that are just disruptive to his peace and happiness. We also have moving on. So maybe he is having a hard time moving on with something. So maybe if he is in a karmic relationship, he may be feeling like he's a little blocked at this present time from being able to move on. But even if he's not in a karmic relationship, this could be an indication that he is having a hard time moving on, moving towards calmer waters. So whatever this is, he may be battling something, and he may be having a hard time disconnecting from whatever that battle is and moving towards something that's calmer. Yep, choose wisely here. So this is a card of confusion. We've got way too much water. We're thinking about something in terms like we're emotionally connected to it. And so because of it, we might have a hard time making an actual logical decision. So it's like it is going to require strength on the divine masculine's part to be able to kind of, you know, really hone in on one specific thing and make a decision. The Seven of Cups can also be a card where the divine masculine may have a lot of different choices or a lot of different energies around him at this present time. So it could be very distracting to him. And so he really needs to find his balance within himself. He may be looking for things outside of himself, and he really needs to move away from this energy, because this energy isn't serving him. All it's doing is it's just wasting time. It's taking the focus off of him and his own inner strength. He needs to rely more on his own inner strength rather than the energies that are around him, is what I'm getting. Okay, so for the divine feminine, now we are going to use the Psychic Psychic Heart Tarot and Oracle deck from John Holland. So same maker, but just these are the green cards. Same thing. What are this? Divine feminine. Oh, so my kitty, she's making an appearance. This is my little kitty. Her name is Snowball, and she's super sweet. Okay, baby. All right. So what's the divine feminine? What is she blocking out? Or what's currently holding her back? This is the Three of Swords energy, as we have sadness and isolation is what it says. So sadness and isolation over some sort of heartbreak and sadness, or, you know, just like a betrayal. So this could be blocking her at this present time. Maybe she is still holding on to it. But really what I'm seeing is that her energy coming into the reading was that she's done with this energy. So what I'm getting is she's blocking this shit. She's not fallen for it. She's blocking this, okay? I don't think she's struggling with this. I mean, some of you divine feminines, you know, when I just opened up the reading here, it could have been like, I don't feel that way. I don't feel strong. So this could be for you, okay? Not every single thing is going to resonate with every single card that falls out here. Maybe this section is resonating for some of you. For some of you, you could feel very blocked by this sadness. And so you feel very isolated. You feel isolated from your divine masculine. Maybe he's not speaking to you at this present time. So you feel very sad about this. You feel like he's moving on. He's doing well with his life. And here you are underneath the ground, just kind of hiding, you know, cowering there. That could be for some of you. But I think for others, I think that you guys are done with that energy. So you're blocking that out. You're no longer letting that affect you. We have dedicated effort here, okay? So what I'm getting here is that this could be a blockage in the sense of maybe just concentrating too much on the aspect of this connection, as in not putting enough time and effort and energy into yourself. So some of you may be blocking yourself and your path and your own efforts and your own growth on this journey because you're way too focused on the actual union is what I'm getting from this. So it literally is about being a little bit more in tune with your own growth rather than just being so concerned about what the divine masculine is doing. That's just what I'm getting here. And we have healing begins. I think it's interesting because you and your divine masculine both share the same blockage. This is the same card, but a different deck, you see. So his is about moving towards calmer waters. And so is this, because that's what the Six of Swords is. It is about moving towards calmer waters. But you know, the healing has to begin. And we see that green energy, which is heart energy. So some of you need to begin that healing of your heart. You need to begin, the healing has to start somewhere. So this sadness and isolation that some of you are feeling, you've got to start putting energy towards healing this instead of trying to heal this connection. And sorry, I need to get rid of these cats. Guys, you always do this to me. Come on. I love you, but you're distracting the reading. Come on, come on. I'm really sorry about that. So, like I said, you guys have to put more energy into your own healing rather than this actual union. You know, you can put energy into the union, absolutely, but if you don't have anything on reserve for yourself, then you're not going to be any good for your divine counterpart. So it really is about getting more focused on your own energy and your own healing and your own dreams, and focusing and putting more dedicated effort into that than into the union. Hoping that makes sense for some of you. So those are the blockages. So why don't we go ahead now and go into the external energies. So this is going to be energies that might be affecting the divine feminine and masculine from the outside world. This could be people, family, friends, karmic partners, possibly soulmates, or just energies and attitudes. So we're going to go ahead and take a look. This is the Angel Tarot by Doreen Virtue and Radleigh Valentine. And I believe actually every deck that I've used that is a Doreen Virtue deck is also with Radleigh Valentine. And I always forget to mention him. He's a part of her decks. So. Okay. And I'm going to also use the Energy Oracle cards. Now, I'm going to use the Enchanted Map Oracle cards by Colette Baron-Reid. That's what I'm going to use. So I just put them over here and I'm just going to grab them as I go. Okay, so we have the King of Water here coming up for the Divine Masculine. What I'm getting more than anything is that the King of Water, especially when it's reversed, this is somebody who may not be properly matured when it comes to their emotions. So this could really be someone around the Divine Masculine, such as a father figure. This could be the influence of this. So this is affecting him in a negative way. It does not have to be a father, though. This could be a friend. It could be a brother. It could be just someone that he respects that's around him. So this could be a negative influence around the Divine Masculine, as in he has seen maybe the way that this person has handled themselves in romantic relationships or their emotional maturity. And so he hasn't really had a good role model is what I'm getting. So that is something that's affecting him at this current time. And we also have One Ring Circus. So what I'm getting is that this is a single person. This is somebody who has really, either they've been with, had a partner at some point, but now they're, let's just say, divorced or separated. And so the Divine Masculine may be looking at this person as kind of like, you know, learning from them in a way. And it's actually a negative aspect is what I'm getting. So that's very interesting. We do have the Nine of Water. It is affecting his hopes and his dreams and his wishes and the things that he really wants for himself. So it's actually negatively affecting him at this current time. And we have, yep, coming apart, because the thing is, all it's going to do is lead him to come apart with his divine feminine or really anybody in his life. And so I'm just getting more than anything because of this emotional immaturity with the divine masculine. This is why things have come apart probably with you and your divine masculine. So I'm not going to put all the blame on that particular person. It could just be his upbringing, the way that he was taught about emotions. He really has a hard time connecting with another individual. He may want it. He may have that dream. He may have that wish to come together with another, but ultimately it leads to coming apart. Okay, so there is definitely some amount of emotional healing that needs to be done for the divine masculine. And I just see that it's something to do with either his upbringing or a particular person that is in his life that has influenced him. Just some sort of experience has influenced the divine masculine to kind of, you know, come apart with other people such as yourself. And he may really want love, but he may not know how to get it. He may not know how to keep it, is what I'm getting there. Okay, it's like this one ring circus. It's like, well, I'm just going to be a one ring circus. I'm just going to go on my own. I don't need anybody kind of attitude. Very interesting. So for the divine feminine, what is affecting her? We have the Queen of Fire. Now, this could be the divine feminine, just like the King of Cups could have been the divine masculine. And I forgot to say, I mean, we could be dealing with a water sign person too, Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. This right here could be a fire sign female or a divine feminine, which is a Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, but it does not have to be. I just like to throw that out there. But this is coming up in the reversed. And so when it does come up in the reverse, this just means this Queen of Fire could be somebody who uses their anger or uses their passion in the wrong way. This could be somebody who lacks confidence, and so they could be very aggressive, but it's done in the wrong way because they really lack confidence. They could be a little bit more of like a overbearing type of an energy or controlling. Okay, we have the High Priestess. So the High Priestess here for the divine feminine's, like what is affecting her at this present time, this is what I'm getting here. Regardless of this energy where she either doesn't feel good herself or she has this person around her that has affected her, we have the High Priestess, which just means that she relies on her own intuition. That's really where it's at for her. So despite this energy around her, I feel like she goes within. So she might have an overbearing person around her, or she might feel like she's lacking confidence. She might not feel good at this present time, but I'm getting that she ultimately relies on her own inner self, her own inner guide, her higher self at this present time. Yeah, for awakening. That's amazing. So to me, what I'm getting here is that the energies around her might feel kind of stuck, but what I'm getting is that she relies on her own inner intuition. She relies on her own inner compass. Rather than being affected by the people that are around her, she goes her own way. I love this for her. Yeah, she's coming together with other people, not coming apart. Did you see this? The divine masculine got coming apart when she has coming together, the divine feminine. So I think that's really, really interesting. This is really helping her, is what I'm getting. So do you see how the divine masculine, how he has been negatively influenced? Not to say that she has not either, but what I'm getting here is that whatever she is turned to, which is herself, relying on her own self, not being affected or as affected by her outer circumstances, she's actually coming together with herself. She's not afraid of love. She's coming together with herself. She's coming together. She's not afraid to come together with other individuals. So it's complete opposite than the divine masculine. So yeah, we've got total opposite energies going on there for their environment. So like I said, she might not feel good right now, or she may have some negative influences around her, but ultimately she has enough strength to carry through to keep things together and to not let that negatively influence her from taking her apart from her possibly divine masculine. Because this could be a naysayer. This could be somebody in the divine feminine's energy that's like, she doesn't believe in love. She's been burned, she's scorned, whatever the situation is, and so she doesn't really want to hear about this divine masculine crap. She doesn't want to hear about this twin flame journey. She doesn't believe in it. She doesn't believe in love, and so this could be a negative influence for the divine feminine, that she is not going to allow this person to sway her. She is very focused on what she wants. She's not going to allow this experience or that person to affect her. And this doesn't just have to do with her divine masculine. This is in love in general. She's not going to allow that energy to take her down. So very interesting. Very, very interesting. So I know I drew more oracle cards for the divine masculine, but I just feel like I got everything I needed for the divine feminine on that one. Okay, so now let's go ahead and take a look here at some of the romantic energies. So just the love energies right now, and then some of the shadowy energies. So some of the love energies right now. So these are the angels that are currently working with the divine masculine, as well as the divine feminine and the connection. what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do Divine Masculine and Feminine first, and then I'm going to go into another deck. This is the Romance Angels by Doreen Virtue. Okay, so the angels right now are working with the Divine Masculine in regards to marriage. It says this situation involves marriage. Now, this could be for some Divine Masculines that are currently in a committed relationship, possibly a marriage for some of them, okay? This is about staying optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you the romance that you desire. So if he is currently committed in another relationship and he is not happy within that relationship, it's like the divine, it's like the angels are really trying to let him know not to lose faith in the situation, either with his divine feminine or in love in general. So the attraction is you attract romantic love by really enjoying the moment fully. So when I see this card attraction, it really just means the law of attraction, as in we get ourselves into a feeling of, we feel more attractive, we raise our vibration, and then energetically we are able to attract what we want into our lives because we are radiating at a higher level. So what I'm getting is, so for some Divine Masculines, they may not be happy in their current situation. And so the angels are really working on getting them to change their vibration, change the way that they are viewing things, so that way they can attract something into their life, that they can bring something in, that they can attract their divine feminine to them. This might just be for some of them that are stuck. But for others, what I'm getting is that they know, the romance angels know that the divine feminine and masculine, you know, it's like they want them to come together is what I'm getting here. And so in order to attract them to come together, it's like they're trying to encourage the divine masculine to have a little bit more positive thinking, because he might not be in that positive frame of mind. As we saw with the King of Water, the King of Water is just somebody who is just emotionally just kind of, I'm not really feeling it. I'm not really feeling like I deserve happiness, or I don't know how to keep it once I get it. So there is something about positive thinking that the divine masculine needs to have in order to have this commitment that he may be really looking for and longing for with that Nine of Cups that came up, which is, I wish for commitment. I wish to have that spiritual connection with somebody, but I don't know how to get it. So they're working with him on trying to attract this to him with his divine feminine. So there's the message there. I took a minute to grab it, but there it is. Okay, divine feminine. Okay. Interesting. So for some divine feminines out there, and remember guys, one card may resonate, the other ones might not. So just again, take everything as it resonates with you. What I'm getting here from this is that we have the Flirt card. This is being lighthearted. So the angels are working with the divine feminine at this present time to be more lighthearted, not to be so heavy, not to be so just have so many expectations placed on this. Sometimes that energy can really be repellent. And so again, the angels are working with the divine masculine as in trying to attract or to lighten up the energy. The worst thing that you can do is dampen that energy, to put that heavy expectation on the energy. If you want to attract your divine masculine back to you, it's about literally loosening up the reins and letting go of some of those expectations and really being more lighthearted, okay? This right here is get to know each other. For some of you, you may not even really have had that chance to get to know your divine masculine. For some of you, you may have had this out of this world amazing connection that was only for a few months, and then bam, you guys are in separation. You don't even really know this person. It's like you felt the soul connection, but really in the physical 3D world, you really didn't even get a chance to get to know them so well. So this is really telling you that, you know what? It is time to not be so serious about this. It's like not be so heavy, because this getting to know each other, your divine masculine can really feel like, you know, this person doesn't even know me, or I don't even know them. If you're awakened to the connection and they're not, they're literally in that frame of mind that's just like, I don't really even know this person. They're just not awakened yet. So they're not feeling that just yet. So be more lighthearted. Don't be so intense. Let them get to know you more is what I'm getting. So some of you may not even be in separation. You may be speaking to your divine masculine. Be more lighthearted, because he's still trying to get to know you is what I'm getting there. And that's what your angels are encouraging you to do. Now we have children. Some of you divine feminines may have children yourself, or your divine masculine has children. There's children involved in a situation. You need to consider that, okay? Some of you may be so hell-bent on, we belong together, or when are we going to get together? His wife or his current situation is in the way. You know what? You have to consider that there's children involved in a situation. So you have to think of the bigger picture. You have to think of everybody involved. Sometimes these things do take time. So there is something to consider in regards to children. Some of you, you may feel like it's on the line, as in, when am I going to come together with my divine masculine? We need to have babies. I'm running out of time. The clock is ticking. I mean, that could be an issue there. But what I'm getting is that, woohoo, you got to slow down and put some lighthearted energy into the situation, because being intense and trying to make this happen just to have some, to have some kids together, because in your mind that that's what you guys are supposed to come together and do, this energy isn't going to make this happen any faster. So it is about releasing some of those expectations, okay? All right, so let's go ahead now and get some energies for the connection from Spirit in regards to the connection for love. This is Whispers of Love by Angela Hartman. Love endures. Beautiful. The heart of the matter. And be willing to express love. So these are what the angels are working on with you guys at this present time. So it says that love does not give up or lose faith. Love is hopeful and withstands every situation. So the love that you feel for your divine masculine, or that he feels for you on, a level that maybe he doesn't even understand, this is going to endure. As in, love endures. Love has faith. Love withstands issues and problems. Love is pure. Love is the only form. Be willing to express love. It says when we express love, we begin to receive more love. So I'm getting a few different messages from this. Be willing to express love to those, like love the one you're with. And I always say this, but it always comes up, because sometimes we are so focused on another person, like our divine masculine or divine feminine, that we're not willing to express love to anybody else. We have people that come into our lives, and I'm not talking about getting off the path. I'm not talking about getting into other relationships. But the thing is, you might not even be willing to receive anything from anyone else, because you're so focused on receiving love from this person that you're literally blocking out all other opportunities for growth and healing, all those things. And so it's telling you need to be able to express love and receive it. So also too, this is an indication that if you have been thinking about contacting your divine masculine or feminine, and you've just been sitting on it for a long time, this is probably an indication telling you that you need to be willing to express something. If you want some kind of change, or you want some kind of movement in this connection, you need to be willing to do something. So something's got to give. So if you're waiting on somebody else to do something, you might be waiting for a long time. So you need to be willing to express love and take a chance. And even if it doesn't go in your favor, it may just be exactly what is needed to get something started, to get the energy moving in this connection again, because maybe the connection and the energy right now is stagnant, and this is going to be something that just like the straw that breaks the camel's back, that it just needs something. Now we have the heart of the matter, which says there is more going on than meets the eye. You need to recognize what this is all about. So this just means that people need time. People need time to heal for some of you. Okay, some of you, you might be ready to make a move. Others, there is something more that's going on here. It's not about you, and I hate that cliche saying, it's not you, it's me. Sometimes it is. And that's exactly what that card is suggesting. There's more going on than meets the eye. There's something else going on. It's not just, oh, he doesn't care, she doesn't care, or they don't want to be with me, they want to be with her, things like that. There is something else going on here. There's definitely something deeper going on here. It's not all about you. It might just be about other people, as in there could be children, or there could be a marriage. There could be other things that are going on that are pressing. There could be something an amount of guilt that someone has, or they are trying to act with integrity. It's not just about this connection. It's about other people too. So there is more going on than meets the eye, and you need to recognize what this is about, so that way you can calm down. That way you can, just be on this journey and feel a little bit more peace on this journey. Okay, so let's go ahead now and take a look at some of the shadows that the divine masculine and feminine may be, needing to address at this current time. This right here is the Wisdom of the House of Night Oracle by PC Cast and Colette Baron-Reid. Okay, we have risk. So right here, this is about taking a risk. And this is about vision and listening. Okay, so what I'm getting here for the shadowy aspects of the divine masculine, we have vision and we have listening. So what I'm getting here is that this is actually, spirit trying to communicate with the divine masculine through messages. Okay, so things that he's hearing, but it could just be things that he's, seeing as well, because we have vision and listening coming up together. They're encouraging him to take some sort of a risk, but what I'm getting is, because this is like a shadowy aspect of himself, there is something dark, there is something that he is afraid of, to take a risk and to take that leap of faith. So it's really definitely a hard energy that they are trying to work with this divine masculine, that he is really blocking out of taking a risk and doing what he needs to do in order to take the next step of this journey, of this connection, or just the next phase of his life. So this is something that he's really struggling with. This is for the divine feminine. We have message, and we have chaos, and we have high priestess of spirit. Okay, so this is what I'm getting for her, or for the divine feminine. For the divine feminine, we have high priestess of spirit, which is, definitely like a high priestess is somebody who is all-knowing, intuitive, very connected to herself, her higher self, and the divine. And then we have the high priestess of spirit. Like, this is the ultimate, okay? So this is somebody who is really connected to spirit at this present time. But what we're getting here for the shadow is chaotic messages. So there's so much chaos. There could be so many things right now that have either happened or that are happening at this current time. And so as far as her receiving messages, this could be very chaotic for her at this present time. So her shadow and what she's working on currently within these shadows is really trying to get clarity when it comes to the messages. So it really is about, her fears. Her fears are maybe very just all encompassing right now. She may really feel like, that 9 of winter energy that came up earlier, actually, that could really be something that some of you divine feminines are struggling with, is that things feel very chaotic. You don't know what messages are real. You don't know what messages are bullshit. You're just kind of like, are they my ego, or is it true? Is it divine spirit connection, or is it just my ego? A lot of you are struggling with this at this current time. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a Dreams of Gaia Oracle, just to get a message on the healing. Actually, no, we're not going to do that. I'm going to grab the surrender cards. So this is going to be Power of Surrender cards, and we're going to see what we need to surrender in order to help this situation. So what does the divine masculine need to surrender in order to alleviate his fear of taking a risk? He needs to surrender his desire to control other people. It says, being overly controlling can sabotage relationships. To more effectively achieve your goals, back off, regroup, and give the situation some breathing room. This is not what I feel like the divine masculine needs to surrender. I believe that somebody needs to surrender their control over the divine masculine. This could be a current partner. This is something that he feels that there's somebody controlling him. Not that he's controlling other people, that he feels like he is being controlled. So it is his belief that he is being controlled that is holding him back. Okay, so this really is about him needing to back off, him needing to regroup, give himself a little bit of breathing room, so that way he can see more clearly, because he's so in the situation that might be something that's holding him back. Okay, there could just be some kind of controlling thought, as in a person that affects him, a person from either his upbringing or just the way that he views things, that's controlling him on taking this risk. But there's something that's controlling him. It's either a thought, a belief, or an actual person, and that needs to be released, is what I'm getting. Now for the divine feminine, what's blocking these messages for her? What's blocking things is that she has an attachment to the results. That's what the problem is right there. That's why she's confused. She doesn't know what's real and what's not, because she's so attached to the way she wants the message to be. It says the formula for success is to do all you can to make things happen, then let go of the results. Holding on too tightly to a desired outcome is going to sabotage it. So that's the thing right there, is that she has to find a way. Now, of course, you're like, well, how do I do that? All I can tell you is what's blocking you at this present time, which is your attachment to these results of how you want the messages. So for some of you, it could even be in the form of, and sometimes I fall victim to this too. And this is another reason why I don't do a lot of my own readings, is because I have attachment to the results. So when I do the frickin' reading, I see what I want to see in the reading. So it's always easier for me to do readings for you guys because I'm not attached to it. So because I surrender my attachment to the results of the reading, I feel like it's more accurate. But if I'm doing my own reading, I'm like, oh, that looks great. I'm going to go ahead and make it about this. Okay, so some of you are doing your own tarot or your own oracle readings. And some of the messages that you're getting are all over the place, and you're like, but wait a second, I'm getting these messages, but then the next day I'm getting another message. It might be because you're doing them too much, but it could be because you're so attached to the results that you're seeing what you want to see. So it might need that you need to kind of back off of some of this for a little bit of time, so that way your messages can become a little bit more clear. Okay, but it's not just for people that are doing oracle and tarot. Some of you may not be doing this at all. It could be that you are also trying to get a lot of messages from other readers outside there too. So maybe you're getting doing a reading with this reader and another reading from another reader, and things are just all over the place. This is also causing you more confusion. What I'm getting here is, more than anything, you should trust your own inner guide rather than just going to all these different avenues to get all these different results. It's like you might be too attached to getting a certain result that it's actually chaotic now, is what I'm getting here. But in general, the messages that you're trying to receive within your own higher self may be conflicted at this present time because you're too attached. And I have one of the kittens that just woke up, as you can hear crying in the background. So I'm going to end this reading with some messages for the future. So what are some energies for the future between the divine masculine and the divine feminine when it comes to this connection? Let me think. What do I want to use? Okay. We're going to go ahead and... No, I don't want to use these. I'm sorry. I'm not feeling it. Let's go ahead and use the Good Tarot. Yeah, let's go ahead and use the Good Tarot from Colette Baron-Reid. And then we're going to go ahead and use some messages using the Art of the Starstream Tarot, or no, Art through the Starstream Oracle. Their cute little kitten cries. See, you guys, this is why I have not been able to do a reading. It's just, they've been down for a nap for just like 30 minutes, and I thought I could squeeze in a reading, and it's just not possible. Okay. All right. Future energies between the divine masculine and feminine. I'm not going to read reversed in this, though. I don't know why. I just don't really like to read reversed in this deck. There's some decks I do and some decks I don't. Okay, so right off the bat, we definitely have new beginnings, which is fantastic, okay? But the new beginnings don't come without some challenges, because we do have the Ten of Fire, which means that we have to end something out. We do have the Ace of Air, which is a new understanding, a new beginning. I would like to get to the truth of a situation. And we have the Ace of Earth, which means that I'd like to get to a more solid understanding of things, maybe possibly a new beginning in the physical world. So I'm definitely getting new beginnings, and I'm definitely getting that Four of Fire, which is a foundation. So firmer foundations in the future for the divine masculine and feminine. But somebody needs to release something. They have to get rid of something. They have to cycle something out. So in the meantime, things are going to be a little bit stuck. The Two of Air, which is if people don't make a move, then nothing's going to change. So what I'm getting is that people must work on releasing. People must work on clearing up their own energies in order to see change, or else it's just going to still continue to be the Two of Air energy, which is stalemate. It's not changing. So in the meantime, what Spirit's saying is to accept where you're at this current time with this connection. Don't push it. Just work on yourself and concentrate on yourself and go forward and leave the past behind. Do not stay stuck. Do not stay concentrated and focused on the pain and on any of the it's not working or whatever's happening at this current time. Try not to focus so much on it. You got to move forward. You cannot stay stuck here. And we have maintain compassion under pressure. So they're telling you that you must maintain that compassion under the pressure of this connection. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And so I'm just going to draw a few fairy cards, and then we're going to end the reading. ask for what you want. So for some of you guys, you've got to ask for what you want. You have the power to have a conversation and ask for what you want, ask for your needs to be met. This really isn't a time to push, but it's not a time to be inauthentic to yourself either. You have the power to get what you want, is what I'm saying. And so the thing is, if your divine masculine or your divine feminine isn't ready to give you what you want at this present time, they're not freaking ready. And so you need to just leave the past behind and move forward. You need to continue working on yourself or your own journey for a while. That might be just exactly what you need to do. Yep, emotional healing. That's what needs to happen. We need to just work on our own emotional healing. Ask for what you want. This is also about asking the universe for what it is that you want. Telling you, the universe, that this is what you want. Claiming it, that it is what it is, that I have happiness. Assertiveness. Ask for what you want. Be assertive. Stand up for your beliefs. Don't take less than what you really deserve. So for some of you, you might just be so focused on having your divine masculine or your divine feminine in your life that you are willing to accept less right now. And what I'm seeing from this is that this is a time, if that's the case and you're feeling gypped, it's because it's not ready. So you might need to still do some emotional healing as well as the other person, as too. So it's time to, reassert yourself. You have the power to do it. You have the power to say what it is that you want. And if it's not in alignment with what you're looking for at this present time, then it may not be the right time. And then we have the children card coming up for a second time in this reading. It could be right now because there is children involved, you guys. So it could be that you're asking for what you want, and the reason that you may not be getting it is because children may be involved, or maybe it's your own children at this present time. It might be that there's focus that you need to put on your own children for the time being, or that you have to accept that there are children involved in that, maybe what's holding it up. But I'm also getting inner child as well. So it could be that this emotional healing is coming up from inner child. And it could be that maybe for some of you, you've had an issue for asking for what you want and being assertive and feeling like you're powerless, because it does stem from childhood issues, as in maybe you have codependency issues, family of origin issues, where it's just something that you do. It's the way that you respond to love or look at love, or the way that you act in a relationship is based from your childhood. And that is something that you need to resolve at this present time. Rather than trying to get this person to come back into your life, it may still be time for you to continue to work on these issues. But this also goes for your partner as well. That's something that they need to do too. They need to be more assertive. They need to realize that they have the power when it comes to maybe a situation that they're involved with children. And it's time for them to ask for what they want, their own happiness for a change, and be more assertive in the situation. So it is about, they need time for emotional healing as well. So I wish I could say that this reading was all about you guys are coming back together in union, yada, yada. That could happen for some of you. Definitely not saying that that's not going to happen, because anything can change at any time. But the people that I'm channeling today, I'm just seeing that we still have some things that we're working through, and things are just kind of, but the divine feminine, for some of you watching here, good for you. I see positive things for you guys in regards to your own healing and your own journey at this present time. So it's just all in the way that you guys decide to process it. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. Hope all the cats and all the meowing wasn't too disruptive for some of you. And I will try to get back on here next week for sure to give you guys another reading. Have a great weekend, everyone. Thanks. Bye-bye.